Today we're going to talk about order of operations, or another way to remember that is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That reminds us PEMDAS, or PEMDAS, which is a mnemonic device that helps us to remember that we're going to go in order. So in long calculations we have to follow order of operations to make sure that everyone gets the same answer. So what does that mean? P stands for parentheses. I can't remember how to spell parentheses. It'd be nice if we had spell check for the smartboard, but I think I'm going to tack on an IS at the end. And then when we do parentheses, we want to start with the innermost part first. Next is E for exponent, M for multiplication, D for division. Multiplication and division are considered the same order, so we're always going to go from left to right when we go with multiplication and division. Likewise, when we add or subtract, those are considered the same order, but we will go from left to right as well. In other words, you could do subtraction before addition. But for every operation, we're going to start at P and work our way through to S. So PEMDAS is like a checklist we use after every calculation. Every time that we start at P and work through to S for every single calculation. So let's do an example and see how it works. So if I take this long calculation, it's very clear that we might make a mistake. So we're going to use please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. P stands for parentheses, so we're going to do the innermost parentheses first. 4 plus 3 is 7, but we still have parentheses, so we work those parentheses and narrow them down to -5. Next, inside the parentheses, we have an order of operations. Exponents are done first before dividing by 2. So then we're going to rewrite that as 4 divided by 2, because 2 squared equals 4. Next, we're going to take 4 and divide it by 2, still using the order of operations, and now we've gotten rid of all the parentheses and exponents. Next is multiplication. -4 times +2 is -8, and then 7 times 2 is 14. Now with adding and subtracting, it's the same order, so we just go left to right. In other words, we would subtract before we add because the subtraction is to the left. When we're done, our answer is a +1. -13 plus 14 is going to equal a +1. Let's review order of operations one more time, and so that way we'll make sure that we get the same answers as everybody else. Remember that please excuse my dear Aunt Sally is a mnemonic device that reminds us of what to do when to do it. The P stands for parentheses, E is for exponents, M is for multiplication, D is for divide, and A is for adding, S is for subtraction. For multiplication and division, we go left to right. Adding and subtraction, we go left to right. For every problem